Alright, in this video we're going to do the final Word project in this class. Next week we'll start Excel, I believe. So it should be SAM Project 1A, Word Module 4, Enhancing Page Layout and Design. Go ahead and click Start. That'll bring up where you can, the same dialog you've seen in the previous projects. We're just going to click Download All, because in this one we're going to have the instruction file, the actual file we're going to edit, and a support file. So just download all those. Save, save, save. First things first, just like in the previous ones, the file name that we're going to edit, or the file we're going to edit, the one with your name, right click on it, click rename, change that 1 to a 2. Obviously you can do this at the end, but just make sure you do it at some point or it will not grade your file properly. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to open up the instructions. It'll just be on a different screen. And then at some point we'll pull that support file in. So here is the file. Where's my instructions? Alright, first thing we're going to do, it wants us to, the building picture on page 1. So we're going to compress this building picture. So we're going to right click on it. Format picture maybe. Let's see. Alright, so you're going to click on the picture with the building. We're going to go to the picture format tab that opens at the top right. There's an option over here under adjust on the left side that says compress pictures. It wants us to only do this picture, so we are going to uncheck wait. Okay, we're going to leave apply only to this picture on. We're going to choose email as the resolution where it says email 96 ppi, and we're going to let's click OK. Now there won't be really a visual change. The picture kind of gets slightly blurrier, but it's not a big deal. So your picture will mostly look the same when you're done. Then we're going to go down here where there's this text with a picture. We're going to text wrap this. Let's see. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on the picture, this Pierce property development. We're going to go, so select the picture. It's going to open up a new tab up here, picture format. Click on it. You'll see text wrap over here under arrange. It's just do text wrap, and it wants us to do bottom right with square text wrapping. Bottom right with square. So I think in order to get both those, we're going to have to go to more layout options here. Yep. So it'll open this layout dialog. We want square. Might have to fix this at the end, but I'm gonna do for now. I'm gonna do square, right only. See what that does. See what it's supposed to. I gotta look at the picture and see what it's supposed to look like. No, that's not it. Okay, so I think what you have to do is you have to do square in this tab in the wrapping styles. Go to position, and it needs to be. I'll try right on the top and do bottom under vertical. Okay, that's what the picture should look like. So once again, it is click on the picture, go to the Format Picture tab, Wrap Text, click on More Layout Options. You want it to be square in text wrapping, then go to Position, and horizontal position needs to be right, and vertical alignment needs to be bottom, and that'll get you to what you need. Alright, then next we're going to go to page 2. On page 2, we're going to we're going to select the Metro Plaza building here. It wants us to format this text to be fill orange accent color 1 shadow. So we're going to do alright, yeah, so like I said, select it, go to the Insert tab, go to Word Art over here under Text, click the drop down, and it wants us to do orange accent color 1 shadow, which is the second, it's the second one in the first row. Let's click that. Alright, it's going to make the text look huge. Then we're going to change the text wrapping, kind of like we did with that picture. So on this one, while you still have it selected with the word art, it's going to have these layout options button right next to it. Click on it. And it wants us to do top and bottom. So that is type. That's this option here where it looks like a in or a upside down U with the top and the bottom. So click on it. Then we're gonna change the height of the option. So right click. Oh, no, never mind. You don't have to do that. So while you have this shape format open at the top, while you have this word art selected, it'll have this shape format tab. If you go over here to the right side, it says size, and we need to change the size. We need to change the height to 0.8, and then we need to change the width to 6.5. So just you either type it in or just keep hitting the little up box until it gets to 6.5. Text effect from the warp section. Then it wants us to warp this text. Let's see. Okay, so for that one, you're going to go to, oh, sorry, with the shape format uh, thing still open, the tab, go to text effects right here underneath word art styles, do the drop down, get on the ABC transform at the bottom, then you'll see a bunch of warp options. We're looking for square. Square is the first one, so just click on that. Right, then we're going to do a continuous section break in a few different places. So we're going to do one on page 2, 3, 5, and 6. On page 2, we're going to go to this offering is for. I'm not sure where it wants us to do it real quick, so I'm going to do a Control F and search the text at once. Oh, okay, so it's actually this very first paragraph. So it says this offering is for the first body paragraph. So you can put your insertion point right there, and we're going to insert a page break. So insert. Hang on a second, I gotta figure out how to do a continuous page break. Alright, sorry, I can't read. So we're not doing a page break, we're doing a continuous section break. So you're going to go to the Layout tab. We're going to do breaks right here under Page Setup. Do the drop down, and we're going to select continuous. Alright, so nothing's really going to change. It's more for like when you print things. So then we're going to go to page 3. On page 3, it says to do it at the beginning of the first heading paragraph property overview. So put your insertion point right here in front of property overview. We do the same thing. Go up. We're still on layout. Go up to breaks. Do continuous. And we're going to put the next one on page 5. Which page are we on? So on page 5, it's going to be in front of Christina Trading Ops. Let's see. Or Christina Trading Co-op. Okay, so you'll go down to page 5. It's right after this table. Underneath area employers, it says Christina Trading Co-op. Same thing. Drop down on breaks. Do continuous. We're going to do one more on page 6. On page 6, we're going to do it in front of the copyright here. So it says copyright 2021, all rights reserved. Put your insertion point in front of that. Do breaks. Continuous again. Alright, we're finished with those. Now it wants us to go to page 2. So I'm going to close this navigation. Go back up to page 2. Okay, page 2. Alright, so you put your insertion point in front of the first paragraph, this offering, go up to layout, do this columns drop down, and it's currently on one column, do 2 columns, and it'll set this entire page to 2 columns, which is pretty cool. Alright, then we're going to go to page 5, down where it said Christina Trading Co-op. I think we're going to do the same thing with that. Let's see. Alright, that's correct. So, same thing, put your insertion point in front of Christina Trading Co-op. Select columns under the layout tab, and it's currently set to 1, set it to 2. Alright, then it wants us to go to page 2. And we're going to insert a um, dropped drop cap at the beginning of the first paragraph. Alright, so put your insertion point in front of this offering. Um, Go to Insert, underneath text here, the text dialog box, or the text heading or whatever. Do Drop Cap, and then just select, currently it's set to none, select dropped, and it's just going to make a kind of like a stylized first letter here. That's big T. Alright, then we're going to insert a shape. Let's see, award-winning features. Where's that at? Alright, so you're going to come down here to award-winning features. Alright, I'm just going to start my insertion point in front of award-winning features. We're going to go to insert. Actually, maybe not insert. Design, draw. Alright, yeah, I got an insert tab, shapes. It wants us to do a star, a 12-pointed star. So go down to stars and banners. The 12-pointed star has a 12 in it, so it's like the fourth one from the right. It says just a 12-point star. Click on it. Oh, then it's gonna have you draw it, so it gives you this little cross section. So just make it. Doesn't matter the sizing because we're gonna edit all that, but just set it here to the left. It wants us to insert text, so we need to go to while we're on here in shape format, do draw text box. Just draw one inside of the. Actually, that might not be right. Okay, so just right click on it and click add text, and then we're just going to type in the number sign or hashtag or pound sign, whatever you want to call it. It's the one that's on the, if you hit shift and hit the 3 key. Then we're also going to do a number 1 in there. Why is it not working? Oh, it's already there. That should be number 1. Alright, so it might not show the 1 because of the text sizing, but it's supposed to be number 1. Maybe I need to resize the image first. So resize the image, do select the image, shape format. You'll see the height and width on the right hand side. It needs to be 0.7 by 0.7. Okay, if you do that first, then it will show the number 1. It's be big enough for that. We're going to do apply text wrapping. So click on the star here. You've got the layout options right next to it. Click on that. And it wants us to do tight as the wrapping option, which is the second one here under text wrapping. And then it wants us to change the color or the style. So go with the shape format still selected, that tab. You'll see shape styles here. I'm going to do the drop down so I can see more of them. And it wants us to do moderate effect, rose accent 6. That's orange. Alright, so rose is going to be the last option. Alright, moderate effect, rose accent 6 is the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th column, 5th row. Alright, so select that. then it's going to want us to change. We're just going to move this a little bit. So you're just going to move it to where you can look at the picture for reference, but move it around until it's in alignment with the. Basically, it should look like this. The stars should be to the left of award winning, should be mostly in alignment, and Metro Plaza should be down below it. Alright, then we're going to go to page 3. There's this picture here, but it's upside down. We're going to flip it. So picture format, rotate, and we're going to flip it vertically. So if you didn't get that, it's picture format tab, rotate over here under the arrange option, do the drop down, and flip vertical. Now it should be right setup, don't flip it again. Then we're going to go to draw and format a text box. The heading building lobby. Alright, so it wants us to format a text box. So to the left of building lobby, we're going to go to insert. Nope, we're gonna go. Okay, yeah, insert tab, text box. Just gonna select that. Wait. Okay, so it looks like they've changed this. So you go to insert text box, go down to the bottom where it says draw text box, and we're gonna draw a text box to the left of building lobby. We're going to position that text box with the wrapping, so click on the layout options right next to it, and it wants us to do top right with square text wrapping. Which in order to do that, we're going to have to go see more, select square under text wrapping. We're going to have to go to position here, do alignment. It's going to have to be right, and vertical alignment is going to be top. Click OK. Oh, where did it go? Alright, it disappeared for me, so you can set all that, but make sure, let's insert what it wants us to insert first to make this easier. So you're going to go to insert, it says object here under text, click from text file. We're going to open up that support document we downloaded earlier, so that for me it downloads to downloads, probably the same for you. It's this support WD 365 2021 4A PPD. Select that, click insert. Now there's at least some text in there. it won't just disappear like it did before. I'm gonna go ahead and change the text box size real quick. So go to the shape format tab in the top left, change it to 2.9 by 2.7 inches. 2.9 with a width of 2.7. Alright, now we're going to set the wrapping options so it doesn't just vanish. Click on layout options, see more. Like I said, it's going to be square as the text wrapping. Go to position, and it wants us to do top right. So horizontal alignment's going to be right, vertical alignment's going to be top, and then click OK. And then it should look like this. Last thing we're going to do on that is apply a subtle text effect, or we're going to apply an effect. So click on it, go to shape format, apply the subtle effect tan shape style. So shape format, shape styles, click on it, and it wants tan accent 2, which is colored fill tan accent. Wait, actually it wants subtle effect, which is okay. Subtle effect tan accent 2 is the third column, fourth row. We're going to go down to page 4. All right. Page 4, there's this picture with the rounded corners right above office space. Crop the picture. Nope, just kidding. We're going to go to this picture underneath office space, and we're going to make it look like the top picture. So we're going to do picture format tab at the top. We're going to click on picture styles here. We're going to do the drop down, and we want the one that matches the other one, so it should have square bottoms and rounded top corners. Crop the picture to the rectangle top corners. Okay, I think I have that wrong. It needs to be crop. Okay, so it's not picture styles, it's crop. Go to crop to shape. You'll see rectangles, and it's going to be the rectangle top corners rounded. Okay, so it's the second to last option, rectangle top corners rounded. Click on that. So then the pictures have the same effect. We need to apply a picture border on this one. So picture format tab, top right. I'm going to go to picture borders, and we want the black text one lighter 35%. So that is going to be, it's going to be the second column, third row. It'll say black text one lighter 35%. Click on that. We're going to go down to page 5. We're going to apply a hanging indent. Okay, so go to page 5. Put your insertion point here where it says Christina Trading Co-op. We're going to go to the I think it's under home, paragraph, do the drop down for paragraph. Want a hanging indent, so it's under the second option here where it says indentation. You'll see special. Currently it's selected to none. Set that to hanging. And then it needs to be zero point 0.2. The default is 0.5, so just change that till it's 0.2. Click OK. Okay, nothing really changed, but it says that it says it's correct. So click OK. Then last thing we're going to do is insert a copyright symbol. So go down to where it says copyright at the bottom, copyright 2021, all rights reserved. We're going to do insert tab at the top. Far right it says symbols. Click the drop down for symbols. Do the copyright sign. On mine it is the fourth column in the first row. So I'm just going to click on that. And then it wants us to make sure it's a space between it. So it should read copyright symbol, space, copyright. And that's it for this project. So just save it. Make sure if you haven't already changed the file name, change the file name so it grades it properly, and submit it as usual.